My third piece of advice, and I'm only going to do three. So we have business plan, we have assess your financials, and the third one is live your idea. Don't have this archaic approach that anything is precious and you should never share anything. We are living in a time where information is abundant, and the least and the most stupid thing you can do is try and keep the ideas to yourself. You should live and breathe your idea. Like, as an entrepreneur, I think entrepreneurship is not something that's separate from your life. It is very much integrated into your values, and people do identify you for what you do. And this will help you not only develop your idea, but let's say you haven't started and you have this great idea, but your best friend sitting right next to you wants to do something similar. Maybe if you talk to everyone, if you talk to them, you'll want to do it together. Or maybe someone started something a month ago that's very similar to what you do, and you're like, well, I'm not going to do it like this, I'm going to change it a little bit. Or maybe the idea is not exciting. I do think ideas need to be relevant to the time we live in and maybe a little bit ahead rather than vice versa. Unless you are this person who wants to isolate themselves and live in this romantic ideal of going against the time you live in, I think the smarter thing and the more harmonious thing to do is actually to be in the time that you live in. And so your idea should make sense for your life. Another reason I think why it's important that you live and breathe your idea and it's an integral part of your life and it's something you talk about outside of work and with your friends and with your family and with people you meet, and you do it with passion, is because ultimately great things will happen to you if you do. So, for example, the training that I went to in August, and the reason I keep referring to this training because it came at such a great time when I really was looking for mentorship and I felt like I was not, learning anything or feeding myself with proper education. And I heard about this from my mom's friend who thought of me when she received a request to recommend someone. And I know that this is not something I could have done like directly. It's not like I could have gotten this program unless someone thought of me. There was no other way for me to find out. So these references, these identifications over time lead you to, great things for your business. A similar thing happened when we were featured in the New York Post. I mean, most people think these things just happen instantly, like, ooh, she got a feature in the New York Post because she got lucky. It's not luck. We were working on this long term. I had great relations with Sayad, who was the PR manager at Fairmont, and she was also a client of ours. And she was wearing a scarf when she met the editor in chief of the New York Post, who happened to be in Baku and who came and visited our showroom. And we just really got along. And he loved our products and he got some for himself. And it was like, you know what? We'll do a feature on you. So it's like, yeah, it sounds so cool, like so lucky, just randomly stopped by. But it wasn't. It was years and years of work that we had done to make sure that when he's in our showroom, we know exactly what our product is. We have photographs to send him, we have concepts to share. We were prepared for that article and we had established the relationships to lead to that. So that's why it's important to be very wholesome in your approach. Like, don't be shy to talk about what you do. I think it's great to talk about what you do because ultimately what's the point of being an entrepreneur if you're just gonna go in the morning, come back and not talk about all the exciting things you're doing?